as I said before, we're going to bond the seahorse onto the panel of glass. Now, the situation we've got here, outdoors, with a lot of light, a lot of sunlight, a lot of wind, will make this process the hardest one you'll ever have to do, and being vertical. But using Nano 470 white light adhesive, you'll see that the process isn't that scary at all. The things that I wanted to do before I did this was make sure that the sun had moved to the other side of the house and we weren't in direct sunlight. Now, if I had to do the job in direct sunlight, then I would have used something like this black plastic and put it behind so that I control my light. But at the moment, overcast day and the sun's gone, and I'm happy to start with just using my light source with by a lamp from behind. Now remember, when we're doing clear glass, we always use the light from behind shining through onto the back of the bevel. Okay, so we have our glass pieces here. Here's how they come. We'll just trim around the outside, remove these glass pieces starting from the bottom and working up, and then removing and cleaning up. Even though I'm working outside, there's plenty of light to cure, I still want to be able to control it. I'm using an 11 watt compact fluoro. Now I can use an 18 watt for more energy to get a faster cure, or I could use an 8 watt to slow down the curing, but I find 11 watts quite a nice speed. So just using a standard desk lamp, attached a bit of wire and a suction cap. So moisten the suction cap, and I'll just make sure in place, because we're going to be doing these pieces first, I'll position the light over those pieces there. When they go on, then we'll move the light switch, the light up the glass. Making sure that my light is really, the suction cap is really bonded on. I can tell by that ring around that side there. Now, because Nano 470 is a mould irritant, advisable to wear some kind of disposable gloves. It may irritate some people's skin, so just use some disposable gloves like this. Keeps everything clean as well, keeps the adhesive off your hands. Now, starting from the bottom, what we do is we'll start with this piece here, and then this piece will then move up as the excess adhesive will fall down and contaminate the areas below if we start at the top. So make sure that we get the right piece in the right section. With these small pieces, we only need to put a very small amount of adhesive on, and just put it on and push it. And what we wanted to do is we want the adhesive to flow up. Now we're going to put the longer piece on here. Now it's very important that we have the adhesive go up and flow over the top. So the way we're going to situate our adhesive, we're going to do the whole length, making sure that we get the adhesive up the top there. But when we put it on, we'll start at the bottom, and then we'll gently lower it down. Cut the bottom 3 pieces on now. What I'll do is move my suction cap up the glass and position it over the other pieces. Now it's curing quite quickly in this light, so this technique's for experienced people. You would have to have tried it flat before you try this outside like this. This piece here, again, make sure that all of your pieces fit into the space. Sometimes the glass might be cut as it's hand cut, might be a little bit larger. You may need to just get your knife and just trim a little bit of the black plastic away. But all in all, it should fit the individual pieces. But again, a good idea to check, to lay this out first on a table, put all your pieces in, and see if there is anything that needs to be trimmed. All your glass pieces should be nice and clean. We use Kimberly-Clark lint-free tissues. You can use any other product as long as it's low lint or lint-free, for obvious reasons. Now the large piece again, You want to be generous with the adhesive. Flow it up the middle, right up to the top, and very important to get it onto the points. We'll start lowering it at the bottom part of the glass bevel and then move it up. As you can see, that adhesive wave's flowing up and out. We really want to get it up the top here. If you find that you don't have enough at the top, just get a little bit of a dab of adhesive and run it in with your finger. This is sticking or bonding onto the glass quite quickly, so make sure you're pretty accurate with your pieces. Okay, all the pieces are bonded on now. Just give it a bit of a wipe over like this. Turn the light off and remove it. As you see, because we do this outside, we have the residue, which is normally done, if it's done inside, will remain as a liquid. But because we've got it outside here, it's gone hard, so we'll need a knife or a razor blade just to run down the outside and just remove this excess part before we start cleaning it with our detergent and scourer. Our seahorse is finished now. The cleaning up process you'll find doing on an outdoor application is a lot harder than, say, in a controlled light environment, because the adhesive wants to go hard as soon as it sees light. This application outdoors here is for experienced people who are used to doing glass bonding. The demonstration today was to show you that it is possible to do this. What I would do is if we're going to do this for the first time, is to put black plastic over the back, black plastic over the front, and you inside, and then your light inside, so you can turn it on and off. So that way you control the light itself. But as I said, this is just a demonstration to show that it is possible to do in the open, in the elements, the wind, the sun, a little bit of rain, to produce a perfect glass bonded seahorse or whatever cluster you are going to find on there. So not only can we just put small seahorses or shells on glass, but this glass balustrading has got concentric circles right around the outside. So as you can see, there's no limit to what we can do on glass using Nano 470 glass-to-glass adhesive. These panels here were all done inside a workshop and removed from the panels, and then have the bevels bonded on and then reinstalled. But today, as you saw, we can do them in situ, but it's a little bit longer process to do.